strategies are in place to ensure an improvement in electoral processes in Nigeria, especially with the approach of the Bayelsa and Kogi state elections in the next few months. These were discussed at this meeting convened by the Center for Transparency Advocacy in Abuja. Mayor Thomas was at the meeting and now reports.
Some of the shortcomings in Nigeria's electoral processes were highlighted in the last general election by foreign and domestic observers. It is the reason this civil society organization has called players in the last election to this roundtable meeting to review and x-ray the 2019 general elections and prefer ways forward, even as the Independent National Electoral Commission works towards electoral reforms.
For Bayelsa and Kogi, we need to intensify civic and political education, especially in the laws governing elections. The perennial crisis of logistics in elections, when polls open and when they close. The only way you can deal with that challenge is to say, okay, are we going to be outsourcing now?
The next step of action will be collecting all of the recommendations we're going to have here, and then sharing with the stakeholders the responsibilities from those recommendations. We intend to have meetings, personal meetings with the major organizations, stakeholders that are involved, to share the outcome of this report and then get their commitment on ensuring that we'll see continue to monitor and follow up on the implementation of those recommendations from those stakeholders.
So whatever recommendations they harvest, we will put all these recommendations in a basket, look at the ones with constitutional and legal flavor, and seek for amendment or alteration to the constitution and amendment to the legal framework. The ones that we can implement administratively, we assure civil society groups and organizations that we are going to implement those ones.
Observers in the 2019 election identified the security agencies as the weakest link, citing most disruptions and violence recorded as caused by them, either due to their actions or inactions.
The security you're talking about, they did their best. But of course, just like any other setting, they can't get it all. There are some basic mistakes they made. And that is basically why we are here, to correct some of the mistakes.
These civil society's recommendations will be captured in the ongoing reviews by INEC, and it is expected that Bayelsa and Kogi elections will reflect some of the reforms suggested. With all that has been said about the 2019 general election, one thing that is important is getting the electoral process right. And with 1,200 days to the 2023 election, it is so surreal on why the process must begin immediately. Moya Thomas, TVC News, Abuja.